I'm trying to figure out this college football playoff policy that was written this week. Why they're putting it out now kind of boxes them in, but they're talking about if one of the 4 semifinalists is unable to participate because of a COVID outbreak, the unavailable team will forfeit. Its opponent will advance to the national championship. If both teams are unavailable to play in a semifinal game, it would be declared a no contest. Then the winner of the other semifinal game would be declared the national champion. The national title game is January 10th, and it can be pushed back to no later than January 14th. Are they trying to scare these teams, these players? Like, what? Give me the logic behind this.
I don't know. I don't know if there's much logic to it. I mean, I think maybe Cincinnati's somewhere hoping and praying that everyone gets COVID and they be able to be declared the champion, right? I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me in this whole thing. But the reality is, I don't know why they just can't reschedule or push it back. I get their semifinal bowl games. There's a lot that goes into the preparation for these. It's not like, your typical regular season game. There's a lot more that goes into it, the hotels and the people flying in and everything, how it's booked. Like, I understand all of that, but there has to be some degree of, this is for a national championship. We'd like this thing to play itself out. And I also wonder, what that burden is where a team decides it's going to declare it's going to have to forfeit because of COVID cases. This isn't the NFL. You have more than 46 active players that can play in a game, right? You've got, 85 scholarship players on most teams, whatever the case is, but 100 players in the team. You can field a team. It just may not be all your starters if that ends up being the case. So I'm not sure really what the point is outside of maybe motivating all the teams to get boosters. But even in that event, I don't know that provides them any additional protection like we see with the NFL, where if players are vaxxed, if they're asymptomatic, they're not going to get tested. It's only if they're tested. Yeah. If they were implementing a policy similar to that, then it would make sense for me to say, okay, some of these teams, I think Michigan's going to get they're all going to get boosters together as a team. Well, if they're incentivized to do so because look, as long as the kids are asymptomatic, they're going to let them play. That'd be one thing. But to the best of my knowledge, that hasn't been the statement that they've made. So I'm not sure if they just feel like because of all the news coming out with this particular variant that they're saying we need to get it out there what our plans are so people aren't shocked by it. Maybe that's part of it, but I just, I'll be really curious to see if these teams can kind of hold on or if Cincinnati somehow ends up not even have to play another game and winning a national championship, which would be pretty interesting to see that, the reaction to that.
Who's your pick to win it all?
Well, I think Bryce Young, which I've been kind of pounding the pavement for him all year. He's one of the best quarterback talents I've ever seen. And so it's hard to pick against Bama just for that reason.
Wait. Would you put Bryce in there with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and how?
As far as talent-wise, yes. The types of throws he can make and how he plays the game as a young player in college football is unbelievable. I said it before the year started. I told everyone back in the spring to take the betting advice he's going to win the Heisman. Here's the other one. He's going to be the first 2-time Heisman winner. Now, the only thing that would stand in his way is an injury or if he decides to bounce after next year. That's really it. Because I think he's talented enough to win I don't know if he'll be in college football long enough to do it. But he's that good of a player. And so it's hard to pick against Bama and their track record and all that for that reason. But my anticipation is you're going to see Georgia and Alabama play off again for the national championship, unless everyone gets COVID. And I think it's going to be hard to beat a team twice. And I think that's where you maybe see Georgia finally get over the hump and they end up winning the national championships when it's all said and done. But it's hard to bet against that kid. The way he moves around the pocket, the way he can create plays, utilize his legs, he's as accurate as you'll see. So I'm a huge Bryce Young fan, as I'm sure you can tell.